just a recap. We had the January season of movie watching for 2024, which I did not do a video on. We had Omen season, which I did not do a video on. We had the March. You know what? We didn't really, there's a little break there. That's right, there's a little break between Omen season and then the next season. So the next season is the kind of very end of March to, no, I'm sorry, the April to end of May season, which I really like a lot. I did talk about that and do like a little recap of it. Hey, all right. And after that was June season of movie watching, whiteboard series on that. July movie season of movie watching, did a whiteboard series on that. August season of movie watching, did a video at Rio on that. September season of movie, Labor Day, day after Labor Day to the day before Horror Fest season of movie watching. I did that, a whiteboard on that, and I loved it. I loved that season. A lot more than I have given it credit. And then we just had Horror Fest. All right. Which usually it's about a half a month to more than a half a month. This time it was 3 weeks. That qualifies as a season to me. Plus it's so intense, Horror Fest. And so, what's the next season? Because we have Christmas Fest beginning December 1st. So what's the season November 1st to November 30th? The answer is there is none. So there's not a season, at least not yet. And so I'm going to talk about this. I went through and thought about, now we do have starting last year, little entrepreneur work that it was kind of a pilot year. We did Thanksgiving Fest, which was only about 5 days. And it was such a success that we're bringing it back and extending it out to about 6 days, I think. I think the final decision has been made on that. But that doesn't qualify as a season. It is just a fest. All right, so it's something that will probably will stay. So what is the season from like November? What's the season November? We had the little Thanksgiving Fest at the end. What about before that? It's kind of a halftime of the season, because remember I talked about the April 1st to me is like the beginning of a new year of movie watching. So it's April, May, so that's 7 months, kind of a halftime. 7 months to November. All right, so this is kind of like a little break before Thanksgiving Fest, which is a nice. We built a nice little bridge to go into Christmas Fest. So it's a nice little break, and I was trying to think while walking around at Bear Scott Stadium track. I was trying to think in going through like what are films in November? So that, like the first like few weeks in November. So we got like 3-4 weeks before Thanksgiving. So are there any must watches for Peters in there? I could not think of any. So there are none, and I'd have to go back into videos from last year, maybe see if I uploaded something like movie clips of some film. But I don't think it's going to shed any light on it of anything that's like a must watch. But as I was walking around at Bear Scott Stadium, I did come up with one that is good, and that is the Back to the Future trilogy. I just completely forgotten about that. So since that, Marty McFly or Doc Brown that's when he came up with the idea of the flux capacitor on November 5th, 1955, and then Marty went back in time on November 5th Okay? And the Enchantment Under the Sea dance was November 12th. That was also the day that the Hill Valley clock, the tower, was struck by lightning, November 12th. So you got that. You cover a week. Nice little, I think it's a worthy filler there for a week you can do. But by no means is this a must-watch for me. I haven't seen these movies in like 3 years maybe. But I think this is a year to definitely go through those movies during that little time. Maybe tonight. I don't know. Maybe start one tonight. So that's definitely one to check out for this time of year. How about Election with Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick? That might be good, but it's not a must-watch. It's a great film. But okay, so that's the November season. It's just kind of a break until we get to Thanksgiving Fest and Christmas Fest. I probably won't do a whiteboard thing on. I'll talk about Thanksgiving Fest as we more details we get to it. Maybe do a little whiteboard series on it, but I think I really should do a whiteboard series on the, I'm not sure what to call it yet for December. Just December season, which includes Christmas Fest, or just call it Christmas Fest. As long as we take it all the way to December 31st. This is kind of part of the holiday, so. But this is a weird time of year. So this is similar to that little time like after the Omen 4 to, there's like 2 or maybe a couple weeks in there in March, the end of March. It's kind of a little break, okay? It's a little time out. But this is a weird season. And it kind of comes at the right time because you just got done watching a lot of horror films, especially this year. And it's just kind of a good time to kind of pace it a little slower and just kind of watch whatever. But last night's feature presentation, The Slumber Party Massacre in 1982. So we had that. All right, we had Robin Still. All right, and the guy looks like S. Silver is the main. I think I reviewed this last year, but as the main guy, the killer. All right, Russ Thorn. That's the name of the killer. So this time 2 years ago, we did a beach trip on Saturday for the Time Change Saturday, and today is Time Change Saturday. And so it's gonna get dark tomorrow early here in Virginia. All right, so we say adios to Horror Fest, and then November time, maybe just do like maybe pick a few films and do one for all the marbles. What about you guys? Do you watch horror films right after Horror Fest, or do you take a break? Darth said he misses Horror Fest, but I think it's ending came at the right time. So, all right. Strange season of movie watching. Nothing really there. Kind of a little halftime there. I don't know. Maybe a little Back to the Future tonight. You kind of set the tone. Knock out the trilogy. All right, boys. Wow, look at that. I mean, this is a great time to be back here in the woods here at Bear Scout Stadium.